Today, I'm going to show you how to build anything with Google Gemini. So today we're deep diving into Google Gemini 3 and the entire Google ecosystem for AI. And this is not just like another AI model drop. This is Google showing you how to automate your entire business without writing a single line of code. So, and this is the same ecosystem that lets you compete with teams of other people by just using these free tools. And the setup is pretty simple. So I'm showing you exactly how everything connects together. And if you've been using ChatGPT or Claude and feeling like you're missing out, you are. Google just handed you a complete automation system. Most people have no idea how to actually use it. So stay locked in. This changes everything. Let's get straight into it. So you can use Google Gemini 3 inside gemini.google.com. So let me tell you the story behind this live stream. 3 weeks ago, I was sitting at my desk here and my to-do list, content calendars, client work, community management, lead generation, video editing, podcast production, social media scheduling. And it's the same list that every solopreneur or business owner has. And it's the same overwhelm. Now, I've been using AI tools for months, like ChatGPT for writing, Claude for research, sometimes Midjourney for images, all separate, all disconnected. Every task required me to copy and paste between 5 different apps, remember 5 different prompts, manage 5 different subscriptions, and then Google drops Gemini 3 across a whole ecosystem and something clicks, all right? This isn't just a faster model. This is like the first time you can actually automate your entire content pipeline without switching apps, without coding, without hiring anyone. And I've spent hours testing everything. So notebook alone for podcasts. You can use gems. So Google Gems inside Gemini 3 for creating like the alternatives to like custom GPTs, for example. You can use Veo 3 for video content, AI Studio for custom tools, all inside one ecosystem that you probably already use every single day, right? So most business owners are using Google Docs or Google Drive or even Google itself. And by day 3, I've pretty much automated many tasks that used to take me like 20 hours per week. And the emotional shift was wild, right? I literally went from I need to hire someone to do all this stuff to I just built this myself in a few clicks and a couple of prompts, like I've shown you today already. And that's why I'm breaking this down today, because I don't want to hype up Google, but really I just want to show you that this is the first complete automation system designed for non-technical business owners. And most of this stuff that I'm showing is free today. So it's pretty amazing what you can do. Now, let me talk to you about the old way versus the new way, and also some ways you can actually use this. So again, we've got the video notes from today inside the AI Success Lab, link in the comment description if you want to get this stuff. But let's talk about some of the limiting beliefs that hold business owners back when it comes to using this technology. So one of the first things that people believe is I need to learn one AI tool really well. People say I need to master ChatGPT before I try anything else. So focus on one tool or go deep, not wide. But here's the truth they're missing. You're not actually going deep. You're just getting comfortable. And that's a big difference, right? So going deep with an AI tool means building complete systems that handle entire business processes. And getting comfortable means you know how to write good prompts that you're still copying and pasting between apps all day. All waste of time, right? And the real problem here is like, it's depth. It's not depth. The real problem is ecosystem thinking versus tool thinking, right? So successful solopreneurs, like they don't just master individual tools, they master connected systems. So Google's ecosystem lets you take research from Gemini, turn it into a podcast in Notebook LM, generate videos inside Veo 3, schedule all through Workspace, and then track everything in one place. And that's not like learning more tools. That's building one complete automation pipeline that replaces like 3 people on your team. And so the simple rule that I recommend is like stop thinking about individual AI tools and start thinking about complete business processes. And then find the ecosystem that handles the entire process without you jumping between apps, right? So when you pick an ecosystem, for example, it could be Microsoft, it could be Google, whatever you want. You learn it once, you automate everything. When you pick individual tools, you learn forever and still manually have to connect all the pieces. So just pick one ecosystem, learn how the pieces connect, and then build complete workflows, not individual tasks. So for example, let's say I want to build out a content automation workflow, right? What I can do is I can go into Notebook, and let's say I need to create some content around, for example, let's say I need to create content around the new Google Disco update, right? I'm going to type in Google Disco here, right? We can just use fast research and we can use the web, right? So I can type in Google Disco update, like so, hit enter, and then it will start researching websites that I can custom train the AI into. And then from there, I've got my full content pipeline because I've got my audio, my video, my mind maps, my reports, flashcards, quizzes, infographics, and slide decks all in one single place. So you see how easy it is to do this stuff, right? So we can import those in, train the AI on the sources you want. If we don't want to use some of these sources, we can actually just remove them. So we can actually rename them as well. And then boom, and we just click on all of these and start generating stuff, right? Now, the other thing that a lot of people struggle with is that they think AI tools are too complicated for them. And the old broken belief was like, people would say, I'm not technical. These tools are for developers and tech people. I'll wait until it's easier. But here's what's actually happening. You're not technical, right? You're just scared of maybe looking silly or struggling to learn something new. And every successful person you admire probably felt the same way when they started. But I think the I'm not technical story is just fear wearing a different mask. And the new reality is that the real problem is not your technical ability. The real problem is your tolerance for feeling confused whilst building something new. And we've all been there. I've been there personally. And so Google Gemini's 3 ecosystem requires like zero coding, not like minimal coding or basic coding, literally zero. You just describe what you want, the system builds it. You can go into Notebook LM and you just click a button to generate that podcast, right? So if we go back to Notebook LM using that Google Disco information we've created, right? Literally to generate this mind map, we just clicked a button. That was it. It was super easy and simple. And then you can see that we're generating the video and audio view over here with one click. It wasn't technical at all. So that's it. If you can write an email, you can build with these tools. And the simple rule is technical skill is not the requirement. Clear communication is the requirement. If you can explain your business process to a human assistant, you can explain it to Google's AI. So I would stop saying I'm not technical and start saying I haven't learned this yet. And then just spend 30 minutes testing one tool. Because if I could do it, you can do it, and anyone could do it. All right. So we've got Google Gemini over here. I'm going to keep going from here. And then Jason says, have you ever set up changelog, roadmap, and style guide as part of the project? I don't mess around with that stuff. Again, I want to keep it like non-technical and as easy as possible, but you can if you want to. Like you can change anything you want to. If you're more technical, if you need more customization, you can just go into AI Studio or whatever tool you're using and start creating this stuff, right? And even, for example, for generating videos, like literally if you want to generate a video, for example, like this one, let's have a look at this video, right? Let's have a look at this image, right? I can copy this, can go into tools, to that, create videos, new chat, plug in the image that we just had before a second ago, this one. And then we can say, okay, create a video of this man talking about ChatGPT is over, right? Something like that. And then we can quickly generate a video all inside the same ecosystem as you can, right? And now it's generating the video, and that should just take a couple of minutes as well. Now, the other belief that a lot of people say is, and that's actually refused to make a video of me, but I think it's because we've got a thumbnail in there. That's okay. Sometimes these things break, and that's okay. I can show you how to fix them. So if we change to Layer 3 now, we'll say, okay, create a video of an SEO talking about how to do SEO whilst he sits at his laptop looking at charts. Something like that. And then we can start generating the video with AR3, right? As people back in the day, they used to say you get what you pay for, the free version is limited, or you have to get the premium versions to get results. And I would say that's just corporate marketing, not reality. The real problem is not free versus paid. The real problem is knowing what the tools actually do versus believing marketing claims. Like Google's free tier of Gemini 3 handles more business automation than most entrepreneurs will ever need. And Notebook LM is free. There are certain limits, but most people are not going to hit them. AI Studio is the same. You can use it for free. Gemini's free tier gives you massive context windows and multimodal capabilities. And so you're not really hitting tool limitations. Quite often people are hitting knowledge limitations. There's a big difference. So most people upgrade to paid plans before they even use like 10% of the free features. And they're buying more tools to avoid the learning of the ones they already have. And what I'd recommend is like you stop buying new subscriptions, master the free tools first. And then if you actually hit limitations, then you can move on to considering paid upgrades. All right, so we'll wait for that to load, and then you see how that works, right? Now let's talk about the old way versus the new way. Let's say, for example, with content creation, right? The old way was, for example, you'd write content in Google Docs, manually copy for ChatGPT, export to video editor, manually create videos, thumbnails, and upload and schedule all that separately, track everything in nasty spreadsheets. And it would take like 4 to 6 hours per piece of content, right? Whereas, for example, the new way is that you can write once in Gemini 3, you can generate the podcast audio in Notebook, you can create video content in Layer 3, you can generate images directly inside Gemini, and everything is connected inside Google's ecosystem. And like a complete content package, maybe you create 6 different pieces of content, it's going to take you like 30 to 45 minutes maximum. The same with client onboarding. You manually send welcome emails, copy paste questionnaires, schedule calls one by one, create custom proposals, send contracts separately, follow up manually. And that takes about 2 to 3 hours per client, right? That was the old way. The new way is like you can build an intake tool inside AI Studio. The client enters their information, system processes it with welcome emails, etc. You integrate that with calendar, and then everything is tracked in one place. And that takes about 10 minutes per client. So you can see how easy it is to switch to this new way and how much more powerful it is. Wait, so he's real? I thought he was an AI avatar. I was on a podcast yesterday and both people were like, are you real, or is this the AI avatar of Julian? Zoo says, I really enjoy your content. Thank you so much. Really good to like positivity on the live stream, so I appreciate you. And then Jason says, I'm using free Gemini to its max, and at some point you might want to upgrade, but you don't need to, right? And the live is always real. It's always a real deal on the live streams, all right? So you can see how easy it is to build this stuff, how it is to use. if you go back to Google Gemini now, we have the video here as we can see. I'm just going to mute that, but you can see how we've got someone talking. This does have a voiceover. You've got the SEO charts on the laptop there. And how easy was that to generate a video? Like, it's easier than ever. But I want to talk you through what you get inside the AI Profit Boardroom, right? So first of all, you get the daily AI coaching calls. I'm live inside the community all the time, and you can just jump on camera inside the coaching course as well. So if you go inside the AI Profit Boardroom here, go to the calendar, you can see all the coaching calls. We actually have 4 a week where you can just jump on live. It's myself and my team. So for example, we also have a PhD trained specialist in AI, Dr. Jeff. On those calls, you can get daily coaching support whilst you're building everything. All right. So most people give up at this point. They just go back to basic use and their dream of automation just stops. But if you had daily coaching support whilst building everything, would that help you? Absolutely, I think. And that's what you get inside the AI Profit Boardroom here, right? You have 2 clear choices. You can take what you've learned today and try and figure it out alone, spend weeks testing, hit roadblocks, wonder if you're doing it right, maybe succeed eventually, maybe give up when it gets hard. Or choice number 2 is that you can join the AI Profit Boardroom right now. You can get a 30% discount. You can get into the mastermind, start building today on the daily coaching calls. And the difference is speed and certainty. Okay. Like alone, you might figure this out in 6 months. With daily coaching, proven templates, active community support, you're building working systems this single week, right? We've actually got a challenge on right now for newcomers and everyone inside the boardroom to build your first AI automation and get your first win within the next 7 days. And you can see 17 people have already joined the challenge. So if you want to join in with us, visit the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description, and you get immediate access to the AI Profit Boardroom training library with every Google ecosystem implementation, all my best tools and templates from today's live stream, tons of other systems, the community growth mastermind, and everything else. All right. Now, also what you get inside there is like the community growth playbook. So you'll see how I've scaled a school community. If you actually type in school here, you get all the training for that inside the classroom, as you can see. So all these different trainings are like how to scale your community. And this playbook is exactly how I've built the community out to 1,800 people in school. You also get the Facebook domination system, and it will show you how to automate content creation with Google's AI and then distribute it across Facebook and Facebook ads and Facebook groups and everything else. You get the AI avatar engine, and the AI avatar engine is something that saves me 4 hours a day, and it shows you how to create professional AI avatar videos for content, outreach, and everything else, right? So if you type in avatar here, you'll learn how to create AI avatar videos with this video tutorial and the step-by-step procedure. And all the information inside the classroom is unique and exclusive, right? So you won't find it anywhere else. And you can get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description. Now, let's see what questions we got here. DJ says, we already answered that. Please share some information about Gemini CLI. So that kind of goes outside the scope, but if you type in the AI Profit Boardroom, Gemini CLI, you'll see all these different video tutorials, including one recently updated from just a couple of weeks ago, right? So if you want to get the latest information on how to use this with action plans and step-by-step procedures, you can get it inside the AI Profit Boardroom here. And you can see we actually date and update the new updates inside here, right? So if you want to learn, for example, the newest stuff that's just come out, you can see even for the 13th of December, we've added all this new information here. So it's all dated. It's all easy to go through as everything else, right? DJ says, I think it was your video that had said I could share my Gemini Pro. Do you know if it shows on your account that you have Pro? I think you just check in your settings and you can see if you're on the Pro or the normal plan. And then CTPT says, I've got 8 books ready to launch into Amazon KDP. I'm just trying to figure out how to do the covers correctly. So you can actually use Nano Banana for doing that. We actually, if you like ebooks, we actually have a one-click ebook generator with N8N, as you can see. And that shows you a full workflow on exactly how to go from like idea to generating a full notebook, launching it on Google Docs, and then creating like ebooks in one click. And I actually have a video tutorial that walks you through it as well. All right. Amara says, got it. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So that's basically it for Google Gemini. Thanks so much for watching.